Let's go.
So, we have the pleasure, the honor, the privilege of inviting onto our call a top industry earner, visionary business owner, mentor. Her special gift is seeing the greatness in people and connecting them to create change and do good. Generosity is her superpower.
How cool is that?
Jen and John have earned over $8 million with Isogenics and have helped 500 plus people earn 20,000 or more, 130 people earn 60,000 or more, 150 people earn 100,000 or more, 38 people earn $250,000 or more, 21 people earn over $500,000, 6 people earn over $750,000, and get this, ready? Jen and John have helped over 16 people earn over $1 million with Isogenics. So we're excited to have on our Team Eagle Team Huddle, the one and only Jennifer Schultz.
Yeah. Hello, all you crazy people. I forgot my hat.
Oh, that's all right. You're brunette now. You're wearing a
Oh, you must give out a prize, right, for the best, whatever the theme is.
Hard to give a prize. Oh my goodness. Congratulations.
This is so good. This is so much fun.
Yes. There's no training. But, you know, this is where we get to celebrate some amazing achievements of the Team Eagle legends. So, but we always start off with an amazing speaker. Last month we had Fraser Brooks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm nowhere near as funny as Fraser.
No.
And then we were like, how do we top Fraser?
Oh, you guys are going to be asleep in 10 minutes.
Share a quick story about that. And Jen actually reached out to us and she was just like, how can I help you guys?
And I was like, that's bad timing,
So when we say that her superpower is generosity, that's not a lie. So that's why we're so humbled and so grateful and so honored to have you on tonight, Jen, because you do have a heart of gold and we want to share you with Team Eagle. So I guess we'll start from the very beginning, maybe for people who don't know who you are, maybe share a little bit about how you got started in Isogenics, how you actually appear to be on this team call tonight with all us crazy people.
Well, I just want my numbers to improve, right? So more people have earned more than $1 million, more people have earned more than 750. So I need you guys to get into action and get that cash rolling in. It's going to make me look good.
Do you reckon Jen's joined the right team huddle to be the action team huddle? Yeah. Everyone's like, yep.
Yeah, I have a good feeling about this.
So Jen, tell us a little bit about your short story, just so everyone.
Let's keep it short because I'm pretty sure most of you have heard it 75 times and we don't want to put you to sleep straight away. So yeah, just over 8 years ago, got on the products kind of resistantly because I wanted to lose 5 kilos, lost 6, made Jono do it too. He lost 8. And yeah, we got all excited because we felt better than we ever thought we could feel. I was a physiotherapist. Jono was a personal trainer. He was a bit broken down because he used to be a sprinter and he's had lots of knee surgery. So he was the PT who couldn't even like demonstrate how to do a lunge to his clients because he'd have to, because he couldn't lunge because his knees were so sore and swollen all the time. Anyhow, within 30 days, he's like lunging again and doing all this stuff that he wasn't able to do for ages. And I was not cranky and I was not falling asleep on the couch at 8 o'clock at night and all sorts of cool things happened. And so we just got excited. And I was talking about this on a call today, actually. It was honestly pure excitement, no learning any scripts, no having a clue. It was just, I didn't know I was supposed to feel this good. And all I could think of is all my friends, they don't know how good they're supposed to feel either. Because we actually thought we knew what we were doing, right? Physio, PT, ex-athlete, and we didn't know. And we were really skeptical and we nearly didn't do it. Well, it took 18 months for us to say yes. Like, how stupid. Imagine if we just said yes straight away. And so, yeah, so it was pure excitement. And half the people said, yeah, here's my credit card. And half the people said, are you crazy? What is going on? No, thank you. And probably half of the half that said no, thank you, have over time come along the ride. And the other half it's actually really fun having people who've never said yes to Isagenix, because sometimes, you just get a bit sick of talking about Isagenix and you just want to hang out with people who don't want to talk about it. I really appreciate those. I really appreciate the no's. I probably didn't back then in my excitement, but I really appreciate them now.
And one of those no's, Jen, I mean, that's a very short story of your amazing journey. And I'm sure everyone will get to know you more and more as their Isagenix journey unfolds, no doubt. But Andrew Logan was one of those initial no's, right?
Yeah, he was very stubborn, didn't really want anything to do with it. He said, I've done USANA, whatever it's called. I've done that before. Yeah. And I was like, it's not that, it's different. And nah. And I think it was, finally he said that I think he kind of saw like Jono, because we used to train together down the Oval, a big group of us. And I think Jono was really starting to maybe overtake him in a few things. And he was like, right, I can't have this happening. I don't remember the exact details why, actually, he would remember better than me. But he finally said, rightio, I'll try the products. And he chopped 4 minutes off his 5K time in 2 weeks, in the first 2 weeks. So all he did was a 2252 fast start.
Yeah.
And he was running 21-minute 5Ks, which is pretty good. And then he's like, shit, did I just run 4Ks then? Because it's 17 minutes and I'm done. And he just couldn't believe it. It was just because, he cleaned his filters out and he changed nothing other than Isagenix.
There you go.
So that was really pivotal for him. And then he just ginned around for ages with it. I mean, like, yeah, the products are great, but he did nothing. And we just had to, I just kept kind of telling him about the money, but he wasn't interested. Like when we were making $250, $300 a week, nah, not interested. And he actually said, come back and tell me when you're making $2,000 a week. It's like, rightio. And we had we worked together and we'd done property stuff together. We'd done trading stuff. We'd been into this space of trying to figure out how some people clearly earn a lot of money and we didn't. We're working our butts off, just cracking the 100 or 200K a year mark.
Yeah.
So we were in that space, but he just couldn't see that this, and I had no proof, right? No one was really achieving much. So I couldn't say, there was just nothing to show him. I had to show him myself. So I went back at $2,000 a week and said, right, here you go. Check this out. He's like, rightio, I'll get serious.
There you go. And for everyone on the call, just so you know, Andrew Logan was the one who actually approached my older sister, Brooke, and then directly approached us. So Jen is responsible for starting Andrew, who's responsible for starting Brooke.
And he's one of the 16 millionaires you've created in your team.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. So, Jen, we've got we've got heaps of new people. We've got people from all over the world on this call. We've got people from Europe, UK. We've got obviously the Kiwis, the Aussies.
In the house, the Aussies.
A couple of got a few Yanks. We've got people from all over. So, we thought we'd just kick this off. I mean, it's so good for people even who have been in for a couple of years or more to hear it as well. But we wanted to talk to you specifically about why network marketing, but also why Isagenix as a company, because I think over the journey of when people become entrepreneurs, they get lots of different opportunities that come across their desk, whether it be trading or this or that or that. So we thought we'd ask you what you think about network marketing as a way to build wealth, and then specifically Isagenix.
Yeah, I was listening to actually Andrew and Angie they did a live with Steve Foxwell today in the ANZ group. And I was just wishing, as I was listening to them, I was just wishing that everyone could have their perspective. And I wish that everyone could have my perspective. And I wish that everyone could have yours, Lloyd and Alicia, because when we see things differently, we think differently and we make different decisions and we take different actions. And it's really that simple. It's really that perception. And I know you were paying me out a bit about getting juiced up, but Jono's like, It's like, it's good. It's so juicy in here. But
No, the reason for that is because we use that word in our team every day. We go, it's
Juicy.
Where's Jake?
oh, do you really?
Jake loves it. Juice.
That's his boy Johnny, mate. Johnny's spread that for the whole team to the millionaires.
Why? We're all about the juice. Anyway.
But when you get the perspective, you can't help but get juiced up over what it is in so many ways. Like even just like the profit margin thing, right?
Yeah.
It just like, it's crazy. There's nowhere you can get an 80% profit margin anywhere in anything, in any type of business. That alone should make us want to just pour every spare minute, every spare cent, every spare bit of energy into that thing. But no, people go and they rather spend an hour looking for a handbag. Just like, why would you do that? Why would you A, spend any time looking for a handbag, B, spend any money on a handbag? That thing's never going to return you anything. But this is going to 80% profit margin. That's insane. And there's so many things like that, right? That make me just go, it's like a magnet. You can't not think about it and not want to pour into it. And when I see people in and out, kind of like, yeah, I don't know, oh, it's a bit hard, oh, and they're just kind of really lukewarm, I get that they just can't see what I see, or they can't see what you see, or they can't see what Andrew sees, or whatever. Maybe they haven't had the experience to contrast it to. Maybe they haven't checked out all the other options for themselves, so they can't go, oh wow, like compared to that, like even going to university, that gets me juiced up, comparing this to university. Like, holy crap, 40 hours a week plus 20 hours of study plus 3 part-time jobs plus no income at all for 4 years to come out earning 30 grand a year. Yeah. And we think that's a good deal, and stacks of us do it. Still. But people can't come into this and give it 10 hours a week for 4 years while they earn a full-time income. And then we see things right, like, yeah, but I can't afford to get to that event. It's like, what? I afforded to give my whole life away to live in a little shitbox unit in Brisbane for 4 years and go to uni and look and clean up an old lady's pee every night and pour petrol all day Friday, all day Saturday and all day Sunday, and pour beer for drunk guys all Friday night and Saturday night. And you can't even like work a few extra hours and save up so you can get to the most important event for your whole business that has an 80% profit margin. Are you joking?
Yeah. That's unreal, isn't it?
So anyway, sorry, I go off on tangents.
No, I mean, it's important. Because I saw the post you did yesterday in the Accelerate.
It's getting serious now. The hat's
group.
Come off.
No,
it's sweaty.
I love it. It's such a great post. And it was about, my friends happy to drive Uber, turn their car into an income, and my friends are happy to turn their house into an income through Airbnb. And what about my friends who can turn their groceries into an income with Isogenics? Like that was, I was just like, drop the mic. But that's what we have.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason to get juiced up, right? Like the thing is, if we want to make this work, if we want to make anything work, we have to get juiced up about it. That's our responsibility. There's no way that I could have done 4 years at university if I wasn't juiced up about becoming a physio. I was so excited about actually becoming a physio at the end of it. I thought that was going to be the coolest thing ever. So none of us would do anything. And of course, in that time, there's going to be days where you just have to drag your ass the whole way, of course. And we have to expect that and then know that we're just going to have to show up and do the work anyway. But if we know it, then we're more likely to go, oh yeah, it's like, if we only go to the gym when we feel like it, most of us are going to go about 2 days a year. And how's that going to, nothing's going to happen. Business is exactly the same. University is exactly the same. I found that out in my first year at uni. It was like, got to uni, went for about 2 weeks. I was like, no one's even, they don't even know if we're here. They don't even mark the roll or anything. It's like, if I don't turn up, they won't know. And that was really good until I got to my first exam. And I was like, shit, I actually don't know anything. And I had to guess. I was shitting my pants. I had to guess basically everything. Thank God I somehow passed. But I gave myself a big enough fright to learn that I had to show up even if I wasn't being made to show up, which is what business is, right?
Yes.
There's no boss looking over our shoulder because our business is our boss.
Yes. So you learnt that independence at university first go. So you worked really hard to get into physio first.
Yeah.
You worked hard to graduate from physio.
Yep.
And then you worked hard from when you graduated to actually earn money from physio.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
all
then
hard work.
And then you let's say this, you really sacrificed all of that to go full-time Ice Yanks, right?
Yeah. It didn't feel like that much of a sacrifice because I was already looking for a way out. So I was already, I was already trying property. I was already trying the share thing. I would say I dusted close to $500,000 just trying to figure out how to share trade. Long-term, short-term. I probably dusted $1 million in property, trying to figure that out. I made some really good money in property. I did some great property developments, nailed them, and then really badly didn't nail one.
And then,
undone very fast.
So you explored, obviously, being a professional physiotherapist. You've explored the uni thing to get there. You've explored property in a big scale. Development is a high side of property, right? Like it's a big move business. And then you obviously did some big moves in the share market, learning that. And I'm sure you've been given, I'm sure people have come to you with pretty well every other online opportunity or offline opportunity you could probably think of at this point, I imagine.
Yeah, I guess, lots of different opportunities. But yeah, again, like it's having that experience to just go and to be able to compare. And like all those things that you said, Lloyd, and I know that you guys have had, similar experience, right? Uni degree and real estate and doing all sorts of different things. But for the people who haven't, I don't want you to take yourself out of the game and go, oh gosh, like I've got to go and do all that just so I can get juiced up about this. You could just believe us, right? And save yourself the years, the 10 years or 20 years and the couple of $1 million. Just believe us that this is so much lower risk. Like you can't screw this up and lose $1 million in a night.
Yeah.
This just can't happen. It's hilarious that people actually say this is a scam. Yeah. Like my mum, when I started using the products, I took a canister of shake and the blender up to her place. I said, Mum, you got to try these shakes. She's like, Love, I don't like milkshakes. I'm like, Mum, it's not a milkshake. Can you just try it? Because she needed to lose weight. And she said, okay. She puts her hand on the lid of the canister and she said, I have to tell you, darling, I did a little bit of Googling last night. And I said, oh, and what did you find, Mum? She said, well, I think it's a scam. And I said, Mum, I paid $55 for this canister. It's got 14 mils and it's right here in front of you. Like, look, open, look, there's stuff in there. It's like, how can it be a scam? I paid the money and got here, just like when you ordered, whatever you last ordered online. She's like, I think you should be careful. People say this is a scam, but there's nothing really to lose. What's the worst case scenario? We lose a bit of time. We invest a bit of money into a few personal development courses where we probably learnt something. And by the way, here's another reason to get juiced up. Any training is cheap as chips. Yeah. As a physio, $1,200 a day standard. $1,200 a day. And you have to do a certain number of hours every year. Yeah. So as a physio who earns average 80 grand a year is expected to spend at least 10 days at $1,200. So it's expected to spend at least 12 grand out of that 80 just to stay registered. And here we are, oh yeah, I can't get to that event. Yeah, it's like $199 for 3 days.
Yeah.
The best value ever, because the company subsidizes it, because the company knows that it's as good as its people. So the more it develops us, it turns into sales. And that's what the company is all about, right?
Yes. Creating better people creates a better company, right?
Yeah. So the no risk, because there really is no risk. I mean, gosh, it's got a 30-day money back guarantee. There's no risk on any level.
None.
Yeah, that's insane in itself. The fact that I talk about an 80% profit margin, I mean, it's probably more like, who knows, it's probably higher, but at the same time, flipping heck, are there any tax people in here in this? There's some great, they're like
the
tax deductions are insane. They're like so cool.
So once you start getting your products paid for, it's like it's actually everything after that is a bonus. I mean, once you do that, that's the primary fixed cost, which is your products, and then you have a few other things like the events and your time and books, perhaps. But that's it, right? Like everything after that is free.
But I'd even argue that your products are a cost. If you're having one shake a day, all you need is one shake a day and one shot of Ionics, and you've covered your 100 BB.
Yeah.
And that's just you or your multivitamin, like whatever that you're gonna eat. We have to eat. So I don't even see that that's a cost. That's just, it's crazy that the stuff, it's basically just what we put down our throat, we're able to turn into an income producing asset. That's enough to get juiced up about, because not everyone can afford to buy a car and Uber in their spare time. Not everyone has a spare bedroom in their house or could bear the thought of having strangers renting it out. And so they can't do Airbnb, but everyone eats. Therefore, this is actually available to everyone who's willing to think outside the box, which is 5% of the population. And I don't think we're ever going to change that number. 95% of people are so stuck in the box they were born in, and they just can't even lift the lid.
So the ones that
5% crazy hat wearers, sorry, Lloyd, the 5% crazy hat wearers are all on this call.
So Jake's asked in there a couple of questions for you. He said, what sets this apart from everything else, and also what was missing in your life when you were earning 100 or 200,000 a year as a physio? What was the thing that was missing that you were looking for?
Well, even when I was earning that amount of money, like, so let's say earning 100K a year, what are you paying tax? 30, there's 70 left. What do you live on? Even saving 20K a year. I wanted to buy my dad a farm, and just to buy the land, and I wanted to buy a farm where there's no drought, because one of the reasons mum and dad weren't able to keep their farm that we grew up on as kids was because of drought. So I was determined I was going to buy a farm where there's rolling green hills. And to buy the farm where I want it here, I knew I needed a minimum $1 million. So like I'm doing the math and going, by the time I get the deposit, and then that's just the land, right? I still need somewhere to live on that. By the time Dad's going to be 108 and long gone. Mm. So I had to figure out a faster way to make more money. And I know you just have to look around. There must be some people do it. They just know something we don't know, right? Richard Branson, he just knows something we don't know. He has the same hours in the day. He was born the same naked baby with no clothes on. He had nothing. And his brain thinks differently. And one of my mentors, it's funny what sticks with you, right? One of my mentors who I paid when I was in property, this is another thing that's so good about this business. In property, you can't find anyone who would teach you anything. You have to go hunting, and then they want to charge a lot. Like I paid this guy 26 grand for 12 hours of his time. kid you not, best 26 grand I ever, like, he taught me some really cool things. He taught me how to cold call. He taught me how to fill the funnel. And they're two things that I just carried straight into network marketing. And it's really, really helped me nail down network marketing. And he helped me have some success in property, right? But he also said to me, we're sitting in the Stanford Plaza Hotel, which is where I used to meet him. So I'd drive 4.5 hours to meet this guy for 1 hour, to turn around and drive 4.5 hours home. And I did that once a month for 12 months, and I paid him 26 grand for the privilege. And so see what I mean by contrast? So I'm like, $199 for 3 days. What? Of course I'll be there. This is crazy. Anyway, he said, Jen, everything just starts like as an idea. Like, this hotel wouldn't be here, but a person had an idea.
Yeah.
And it was so powerful, because I was just like, it's so true. Everything just starts in our brain. That it's all, the power is all here. And when you get that, you just know you can do anything. It's just whether you want to get off your butt and do it. And the truth is, exactly how we look, exactly our bank account is a result. It's a result, which is a result of the thoughts that we have and the things that we do. There's just no way around that. And we actually all have the same brain, pretty much. And we can program it to do anything. And we can program it to have the idea. So imagine you have an idea that you want to build a hotel. What then? Well, you got to go figure out, like, okay, what's next? What's needed to build a hotel? And it's just a whole bunch of steps, right? And I don't even know I can't even imagine like what they would be, but I imagine you need to find investors, you need to find land, you need to do a DA, you need to get all the approvals, you need to find a construction team, you need to get all the plans drawn up, start construction. There's probably banks involved, like you just have to, the project management, you just have to put it all together, right? It's all doable if you just have the idea. And I realized when I was working with that guy that I used to drive around and not see things. And once he taught me things, I would drive around and look completely differently at property. So I would drive past a site and I would see that could make $1.5 million, like $1.5 million, that site. Like, I know what zone it's in. I know exactly what I can turn that into. But I used to drive past and not see $1.5 million. But suddenly, because I could think differently and I knew differently, I could see opportunity. And that's what we all of you just have to get yourself to this space where you see the real opportunity that is Isagenix. Because if you don't see it, you won't do it. So you have to find a way to see it. Even if you have to pick Lloyd and Alicia's brain every single day for a whole year, it's worth it, because you have to figure out how to see what they see, and see what they're so invested and so focused and so into this and so not distracted.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick our brains every day, all day. In fact, a lot of you all do, so that's fine. Keep doing that. Don't stop picking. It's funny, Dan's like, Dan McKay's on the call. He has this saying, I love it. And he has this saying that's called, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, you're bound to get a haircut. And would you agree that, like, sometimes with Isagenix, with network marketing, it's just if you hang around long enough, you give yourself a chance for it to click and fall in place. Do you feel that happens?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think there has to be an intention there as well. Like, if you hang around long enough just because, you know, when you go to events, everyone seems a bit nicer than in the real world, and your intention is like just give out more hugs, you know, and that's probably what you're going to get, that nicer, warm, fuzzy feeling. But if you hang around with the intention of learning and figuring out, like, what can't I see right now? What can they? So hindsight is is such a wonderful thing, because I can always remember knowing and being told by mentors that I needed to think differently. I got that message clear, but you can't see how. It's like, how can I possibly think differently? But now I look back, I can see how different I was. Like 8 years ago, my upline sent me a message, and we didn't have Zoom, wasn't a thing back then. We had free conference call, so we'd all just get on a line and have people on the conference call. And he asked me to teach. It was called U+2 then, +2 then, and I was like, no. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, why would I do it? You're the guru, you do it. And I was just like shitting my pants. And he's like, no, because I want you to do it. I think you'd do a really good job. I'm like, oh, geez. He's like, you've enrolled people, you've created a few consultants, you teach it. I'm like, oh. And I was like so nervous and like seriously sweating and getting all sick about it. And then I had to slap myself around, because I was like, you could just like read it. Just read a script, right? No one can even see your face. Like, what are you stressing about, you silly woman? So I got on the call and read it and did what I had to do. But that's what I mean. Like, you don't know who you're going to become. And people say, oh, I just want to find a Jen, or I just want to find a Lloyd and Alicia, or I just want to find an Andrew, and then my business will go boom. But Andrew wasn't Andrew when I found him. And I wasn't me who I am now when David found me. I was just a chick who wanted to lose some weight. And Andrew was just a guy who could barely be convinced he needed to shove this stuff in his mouth. And, it wasn't like these, it wasn't, you will grow into who you need to become if you stay plugged in, as you were saying, Lloyd, and if you stay in the space. And community is really one of the most important things for so many reasons. But one of them is just, it's such a noisy place. And I absolutely believe another one of my mentors, he always talks about, do you want to be a 5%er or a 95%er? Do you want to be a 5%er or a 95%er? And he's adamant that that's how it shows up. So knowing that 95% of the noise that we hear is going to be crud. And it's not going to help us. In fact, it's going to send us away from our goals rather than move us toward our goals. So what are you going to do to make sure that what comes in your ears and eyes and that you feel in your heart is from 5%ers? What are you going to do to make sure that you're cutting out the 95%? Because it's not going to stop. It's going to be at you the whole time. It is just there. You can't change it. All you can do is protect yourself from it. And that's where this crazy community of weird looking hats is so cool. But yeah, it's so cool. This whole space is so cool. And yes, there's people in network marketing, there's people in isogenics who have different values, and you'll see them, the way they act, and it won't align with you, and it'll feel a bit bleh, and maybe they'll do things that you don't approve of, or maybe they'll do the wrong thing. But that doesn't change what this opportunity is for you. And that's just a distraction. And I've let myself get distracted by going, oh my God, like, I don't like that behavior and I don't want to associate with it. But we're in the people business. There's so many different people. So you get to make this what you want it to be. And that's another reason to get juiced up, because anyone can come in and use all their skills to date and all their personality and their own spirit and their own values and what they love and what they're passionate about, and they can mold this business around that. So how Lloyd and Alicia build their business is completely different to how I built mine, and how Andrew builds is completely different. And I, like, all of my let's take the 16 people who have earned $1 million or more, that, like, if I tried to make them work together, it would just be a cat fight. They're so different, but that's okay. That's a beautiful thing. So I just work with them all separately and support them how they want to be supported. Because there's no way I'd say, well, this is the Jen team and you're all going to do it this way. That would be crazy. But that's what's so cool, right? Network marketing gives us a chance to turn our own light on and be the lighthouse. And because I believe that we weren't just put on this earth to live for 80 years and only look after ourselves and die.
Yeah.
It can't be that way, right? Even though 95% of people are going to live exactly like that. They're going to live their life so they just manage to scrape by. They just manage to feed themselves and their immediate family. And by the time they get to age 65, they're going to be dead or dead broke, because they haven't figured out in that 65 years how to take care of their health, their physical health, or how to take care of their financial health. And that's actually the stats: dead or dead broke, 95% of people by age 65. So it's our choice, right? Are we going to be 95% or 5%? I don't want to be dead or dead broke by 65. And it's really hard because everyone thinks it's the golden years, right? It's like, oh, you know your golden years are going to be a caravan and half a sausage for dinner, because that's all you're going to have, and you're going to be hobbling around. And I realized when I was a physio that people when they're 60 would come in and see me, and some 60-year-olds have the body of a 40-year-old, and other 60-year-olds have the body of an 80-year-old. Mm. And that's a 40-year difference in quality of life. Just because some people knew differently, think differently, and did different things than others. And it's the same thing with our financial health, right? We can create a completely different quality of life if we're just willing to learn how to think differently and therefore do differently. It's actually that simple. But we've got to cut out the noise of the 95%ers, because they're going to be trying to just pull us back into the bucket. You know, the crabs in the bucket thing? Yeah. They're the crabs. They're all the crabs in the bucket. It makes them feel really uncomfortable when we're trying to climb out of the bucket. They would just rather pull us back in.
Amazing.
Wow.
Awesome. Now, does anyone have any questions for Jen they want to ask? Because I'm going to ask one. If not, you can pop it in the chat thread. Yeah. Powerful. Yeah, super powerful.
Are you guys all clear on why else this is such a great business model? Like, because you want to be really, you want to be like, when someone says to you, oh, it's a scam, you want to be just like, like, you idiot. Like, you're thinking, you don't say that out loud, of course. Idiot. Like, really? Because when people used to say that to me, it used to like feel it in my stomach, right? And really like a kick in the guts, like, oh shit, maybe it is a scam. But if we're thinking like that, when we're not sure, we're not putting the right energy and time and focus. We're not going to invest into the thing that we think, I'm not really sure about you. We're not going to give it what it needs. So we have to make sure that logically in our own mind, we're so clear that this is the best choice for us, because only then will we dive properly into it. So I think you want to have a list, and you want to have it, if it's not already in your head, you want to have it up somewhere where you can see it and get so clear on why this is a good thing. Because, and I really want you to know that getting juiced up and like this is not, I'm not like, oh, this is the best thing ever all day. Some days I'm like, fuck's sake, does anyone get this? Like, what is wrong with people? And I just want to like bash some heads into walls, and it's seriously frustrating. And it's like, am I the only person showing up around here? Like, where is everyone gone? You know, it's like, why can't anyone see this? Does no one care about their health anymore? Is everyone just happy to get fat? And it's the same when I was a physio, right? I got so frustrated with people because, you just got to stop shoving shit into their mouth and they would feel better straight away. But so I don't mean, so I just want you to know that I still want you to be prepared for that. Oh my God, I don't feel like doing this. I don't know what to do. I hate doing this part. Oh, this is so boring. I want you to be prepared for still having to do all those things. But then there's these parts of it where it starts going again and it feels really good and you get in the flow, and then you go, oh, it's just like, it feels like pushing cement uphill right now. And then it gets better again. And that's just business, and that's just life, and that's any job. We can't, so I don't want to create this utopia, because it's not, because that doesn't exist, right? So yeah, get really clear that there's no risk, that it's like 80% profit margin or better, that there's bloody bare minimal overheads, like you said before, Lloyd. Like when you're in business, those overheads, they are so heavy and so stressful, and they weigh on your shoulders. When that rent's coming in that rent's going out, so every single week, and you're trying to pay wages, and you're like, so my physio practice used to bring in $1 million a year, right? 800 went straight back out the door, but not always in the right timing. So sometimes the mines would owe me 200 grand, but I've got no money, no cash in bank right now to pay the wages this week. Even though technically I should have 200 grand in there to pay the wages, but I can't get the mines to pay just because it suits me, because they just decided they're going to take an extra 3 weeks to pay their bills, and they can, because they're a big company. So all of that stress, just like the whole COVID thing, did we have to worry about delivery, postage, couriers? No, none of that stuff. Like Steve, I get off the phone to Steve, and he's got a call coming through from the guy the real estate agent, I guess, and he's talking to him about the rent on all of head office. We don't have to do any of that. Yeah. I'm just like, oh my God, thank God I don't have to have that conversation today. And Steve's having the conversation. When you know that you don't have to do all of those things, and then 5 physios, sending them all for their $1,200 days of training, 10 days a year, paying all of that for them, and you just, there's nothing. And then dealing with the sick days. They all turn up sick on the same day. So you have to be 5 physios, the receptionist, the lawnmower guy, the window cleaner. You have to be all of that. It's like, and you just want to lay down and cry, because it's just so hard.
It's brutal. Traditional business is brutal, isn't it? Really, when you think about it compared to this, it's brutal.
Yeah, and even trying to get a business going online is brutal.
Hard. Yeah. That's really hard. And it's expensive.
Sorry,
expensive. Like even build an online business is expensive.
Yeah, and you can't get a loan from the bank without a business plan, right?
Yeah. So
I had to read a book to learn how to write a business plan. Like the bank's like, sure, we'll give you money if you give us a business plan. I'm like, a business plan? What does that look like? Had to read a whole book and try and write a business plan. Well, here we get this 90-day game plan, and we just actually have to fill in the blanks. We don't have to write the thing, but most people can't do that. It's like, what the heck is wrong? And they even tell us how to schedule our daily activities. Like, they're all just listed. It couldn't be more simple, but we have to value it to give it the attention that it really deserves. And then there's location flexibility and time flexibility that they don't exist with real business. And the mentorship, the fact that the systems are proven. They're already not like we have to make it up, try it out, and it costs us 100 grand while we're figuring it out. No. They're already proven. Like, we know for a customer to have a great experience, they need to know how to do a shake day, how to do a cleanse day, detox symptoms to expect. They need to schedule out their days. They need to phone a friend when it feels a bit tough. Like, that's a system that's proven. And then this is what gets me really juiced up. Leveraged income.
Yes.
Right? So my physio practice, I could only get one level of leverage, right? So I employed 5 physios, and I took half, and they took the other half. That's one level of leverage, but there's no more. Whereas Isagenix, they give us unlimited. Like if someone comes in down at level 1,000, I just want to say, unlike a lot of compensation plans, if you ever decide you want to get distracted by a shiny object, or just find a company that's a better fit for you. Like sometimes if you don't value health, let's be honest, if you don't value health, this will be a challenging thing to build. Like if I had to sell truck tires, I'd rather poke my eyeballs out. That would just be so boring. So you got to care about health or go, and if that's not you, then go find a product that you get passionate about. But check the compensation plan, because this one pays to unlimited depth. Most don't. So I've one of my friends is top earner in, I won't say any company names. I've got 2 friends who are top earners in 2 different companies. One of them only pays 5 levels. That's it. Then any sales below there you don't see any of that. That's crazy. If Isagenix only paid 5 levels, no one would be earning anywhere near as much money as they are.
Yes.
And the other one pays only 8 levels. People I'm like, why? Why would you even think about that, knowing what I know now? Anyhow, that's another tangent. But yeah, and then the potential for residual. Like actually, Jono and I could lose 2/3 of all of our sales volume and still get the same paycheck. So this thing has to go seriously down the gurgler before we're getting less than 25 grand a week. Like how cool is it that 25 grand a week just clicks in every Tuesday? It's like the best thing ever. That's why I get so excited, because I'm like, everyone should know what it feels like to have 25 grand a week just click on in. Everyone should get to have that life, because it's seriously fun. And yeah, there's heaps of people who earn way more than that, whatever. But the fun really starts at about 20K a week, really starts.
So Jen, you don't look stressed at all. So 25,000 a week coming in your bank account every Tuesday, like it's gonna help you live longer, right? Like just from
Yeah.
like it's Tuesday, you look like
it's Monday.
It's Monday. I don't know what that week it is. But so someone asked in the chat thread there, how many levels deep are you now in your business?
How many levels would there be in my business?
Yeah, in depth, do you know?
I would have no idea. It'd be in the hundreds for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, hundreds. So there's people having conversations around the world that you have no idea about, that when they start, you're getting paid, well, effectively getting volume from that, right? Those conversations.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool. And the binary is really cool, because you just never know who's going to come in. So Lynn Hagedorn, I always used to listen to her, and she'd always say, what's so cool is you don't know who what does she say? You don't know who you haven't met yet. Or I never really understood it. You don't know who you don't know, or you don't know who's still coming, or you don't know who you're going to meet. But I still don't understand it. But I think I get what she means, is that it's not up to you to find everyone. So there's no way I was going to happen to meet Lloyd and Alicia. That would be very rare, right? But because Andrew knew Brooke, who is Lloyd's sister, and then now I know Lloyd and Alicia. But if I had to go find them, that would be, and I thought that's what network marketing was, where you had to know like 4,000 people and you had to personally bring them all in. But because this is a binary, and because we have unlimited depth, it doesn't matter where anyone falls. And it could be that, you enrolled your grandma just because she wanted a few shakes. And then she's told cousin Sarah about it, who had a nephew, Damien, who owns a gym. And, and Damien helped 7 customers get signed up, and Lloyd was one of them. And that's how Lloyd comes into you. That's how cool a binary is. But if other comp plans have all these multiple legs, So they don't all happen like that. So there's so much cool stuff when you really get to know.
So good. And I remember the first night we actually realized, we watched a video that Kathy Coover actually did, and she explained the compensation plan, and we were working full time, and we watched the video at like 11 o'clock at night, and we could not sleep that night.
So
when the
good.
penny actually dropped and the perspective changed for us, we couldn't sleep. And that's what gets us so excited. And I feel like once every single person on this call actually understands what you just spoke about, Jen, they won't sleep either, but we have beer for that.
Yeah, and I want you to know that every single person Jono and I enrolled just came for the products.
Mm.
So I see people going and looking for the business builders, looking for Lloyd and Alicia, but I don't know what a business builder looks like. Like, honestly, when I look at all the people and I go, the ones who I go, oh my gosh, they're going to be so good at this, crickets. The other ones who I'm like, oh geez, can't even, I shouldn't pay out on people. I cried on my first cleanse day, but can't even do a cleanse day. Wow, I don't know how it's going to go.
Had a soup on our first Monday. Oops.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's just not that hard to get the instructions right.
Yeah.
Because you just got to drink drink it. Yeah. So I don't know. You can't choose. And even now I see people, I'm like, you have so much potential. And that's why I want to smash their head and my head against the brick wall, because it's like, I wish you could see what I see, because then you get off your butt and you have this fantastic life.
Yep. Yeah, that's how we feel. So you've got to say then that to summarize that, without a doubt, that we're in the best, not only the best industry based on all those things you spoke about, but by the best company in your eyes, do you think, based on our comp plan and our products?
If you value health, absolutely.
Value health, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't, then just stop kidding yourself and go stay in network marketing, but find a company that sells a product that you can really get excited about.
Yeah, like Power or something like that. something to get to juice in a different way. Awesome. Thanks so much, Jen. You've been so awesome on this call. I think that there's no one better to jump on a call like this with all these newbies, as well as some veterans, and talk to us about why network marketing and why Isogenix. So we want to give you a big thanks. And someone did ask us to finish, how many people do you think now are in your downline that you're getting sort of paid on from those very early conversations?
As in, how do you mean, personally enrolled or total downline?
Total team.
So our total downline, the number says 256,000.
256,000. Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. So, but there's terminated accounts in there.
Yeah.
People who are inactive and all that sort of stuff. Yep. But there's no way. There's just no way you would think that. And we've enrolled probably 450. We've created about 80 or 90 consultants. Yeah. So, we've gone executive like 9 times over. And there's probably 30 consultants that are still hanging around as consultant or manager, director or executive.
Amazing.
So that gives you a good clue though, like most people quit.
Yes.
So and can I just say one more thing that's really cool? The comp plan, like Jim designed the ranks to help us build the skills. So there's only 2 things you got to learn: how to find customers, and then teach other people how to find customers.
Yes.
Really it. And customers, by customers, I mean customers for the product or for the business. They're all customers.
Yep.
So he knew that, right? So he did this comp plan that just guides us in developing those 2 skills. So people get all hung up about whether they're paid as executive or whatever. It's like, who cares about the rank? That doesn't matter. What matters is, do you have the skills? Because you need the skill. If you only know how to find customers, but you don't know how to create consultants, and you're not practicing that, like, you know, like Lloyd and Alicia just went, guys just went exec again, didn't you? Like, you just like, cause you're just good at that skill, right? And there's only one way to get good at it. That's to do it, and to do it again, and to do it again. So if you only are enrolling, you're just giving yourself a frontline sales job. Now, the joyful part about network marketing is the leverage, tapping into the leverage. There's only one way to tap into the leverage, and that's teach people how to find customers, and teach people how to find customers, and teach people how to find customers, which is how we get to executive, right? Find a customer, teach them to enroll too. Find a customer, teach them to enroll too. Now, what you need to understand though is 80% of people just want to be customers. 20% want to fall through to the first level kind of thing, and they'll be sharers. So for every 100 customers, 80 just want to sit down. We should let them happily sit there. We don't want to push them to try and all be builders. So 20 of them will turn into sharers, and when they get that money, 5 of those 20, so 5 out of the 100, they'll want to build. But if you only enroll 7 customers, you're not going to ever find those 5, right? Because it's just, we can't change the numbers. It's the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. It just shows up everywhere, and the 95-5 rule shows up again.
Amazing. Teach the teach to lay on the beach. That's it. Yes. Have you ever heard that before, Jen? Teach the teach to lay on the beach.
I have not.
There you go. There you go. So look, we've thanks so much, Jen, for jumping on. If you guys want to unmute and give Jen a big round of applause for jumping on for us.
Appreciate it, Jen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Jen. We'll record those as well. Your biggest takeaway from Jen, pop in the chat thread. Jen, thanks so much for jumping on late last week, and thanks for spending your time with us. It's been awesome. We know we're in the right vehicle. We've got the right vehicle, right time, right, hopefully all right us. And so we'll be making sure we can produce more $1 million earners in your center, so you can come on with 30 or
Yes. Got my numbers out for me, guys.
Anyway,
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone else, please stay on because we have some epic recognition to give. I know that we are 1 hour in, so if you really have to jump off, absolutely jump off. But we do want to recognize you guys because it's been a crazy April. Pop your key takeaway from Jen in the chat box, because what I love to do is take a video of it and I always send it to the guest speaker. So last month, we took all your screenshots of all your takeaways and we sent it to Fraser, and he absolutely loved that. So as we move through, pop your key takeaway in the chat box. But we have 75 of you on. At one point, it was 86, which means we had a record-breaking call tonight.
record-breaking call.
I don't know if you saw me at the beginning. I got so excited. I was like, wow. I'm so proud of all of you for rallying together, jumping on this call to hear Jen. Even if you just took one thing away, it was worth her time, and it was worth your time jumping on the call. So what we're going to run through really quickly, and we're going to do this on every team huddle, just because you are more than welcome to bring brand new team members on each and every month. So when they jump on, they can be introduced to the team, they can be introduced to the system. So for some of you, you would have heard this 1,000 times, but for a lot of you, because there are a lot of fresh people on the call tonight, which is so cool to see, this will be the first time you're seeing it. So Lloydie, do you want to run through it really quickly?
So the Team Eagle system, if you ever heard everyone say, what's the system, what's the system, what's the system? It's very simple. The system is BAM, do your BAM, bare ass minimum. Post on social media, add friends to your network, add people on Facebook, add people in real life. And then of course, once you're interested, add them to the Rediscover You Facebook group, tag them in the welcome post. They watch the video, they get back to you, and they say, I want to get started on a basic pack or a premium pack, whatever it is. You send them a link, you get them started. With the side hustle secret, it's where you put people who want an income opportunity, people who want an extra income, you add them to that group, you tag them in the welcome post, they click on the link, they fill out a thing, and they get the videos sent to them automatically. And then they say to you, I want to get started or not. So we are decision hunters. Our job is to find people who want to make decisions for their health or their wealth. When they get started, they go into one of 3 groups. They go into Results for Life if they're a Mel's team. Whatever one you're in is the one they get put into. Unleash Your Inner Legend if they're in Reese and Benita's team. And, of course, Superfood Secret if they're in our team. So they go in there and they get coached for 30 days. Then if they want to build an income, they want to learn the system, you put them into the Executive Factory, you tag them in the welcome post, and you get them to do this 7-day Eagle training. And that explains this exact system. And of course, they get some cool tools there to build their business. They jump into one of the team calls and off they go. Then hopefully you get them to an event and they go, holy shit, I'm in the right vehicle, right time, right me, let's go. And they build to $1 million plus. That's ideal, right? That's the system. And then of course, all you need to do to get people sharing is teach them the system. Teach them how to find people, add, tag, follow up. Teach them how to add, tag, message. Okay? Teach to lay on the beach. All right? That's all you have to do. And you guys are so good at it because we've got some amazing numbers to share with you. There's the lead generation system. This is how we can move through this quite quickly, can't we?
Yes.
Okay, so we all know how to do that.
Oh,
Now,
also, okay, on to the recognition part of the call. So we did have the 11-day, so much happened in April, like so much. So we had the 11-day immunity booster challenge, an 11-day challenge, and we have the winner on the call tonight, Alana Anson. She took away first prize.
Woo!
Check out that transformation. For those of you who need a bit of product belief, Alana achieved those results. She's a mum of 2 in just 11 days using our system. So we just wanted to recognize our winner because we knew that she would be on the call tonight. So congratulations, Alana.
yeah, go Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, next. Well done. So now we have our Slim Wars. The Slim Wars Maybe Forced with You challenge. Slim Wars challenge. Almost 200 people in the Slim Wars challenge.
I am like, I spent the whole day approving all the late covers. I'm like, oh my God, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. But it kicked off today. Slim Wars 30-day IsaBody challenge. Today is the last day to get in. So please, 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 if you're not in already, send your request, join the group, and let's get this challenge started, baby.
Remember, if you're looking for content, new stories, there's going to be heaps of stories in here. Encourage your people to take their results from here and share them in the Rediscover You group. And obviously, it's content, getting more people started. These challenges are so good for that. So stay plugged in. Now, recognition.
All right, we have introduced a new recognition program to our monthly Team Huddle, and it's our top contributors to the Rediscover You Facebook group. So we are going to recognize those who have been pouring love into the Rediscover You Facebook group for the month of April. So if your name is up in lights, congratulations. You have been giving love. You are allowing the Rediscover You Facebook group to thrive. And the more engagement we can have in the group, the bigger the group will show up on Facebook as well. So we'll attract a lot of people into the group. So congratulations. Thank you for supporting the Facebook group.
All right, we got this one. One of our recognition is top enrollers.
We're saving that for a special announcement.
Top enrollers. So number of enrollments. Look at this. These are the top. These are actually the top 5, but there was actually ties. So Q, he's on the call. Well done, my man. 10 enrollments. Ryan McCarthy, Team New Zealand, 10 enrollments. Beast. Susan Thyssen, Beast in the Netherlands, 10 enrollments for the month. Keep going, Susan. Benita Reese, 11, dominating New Zealand market, crushing it there. Jake Todd, 11 enrollments for the month. Going juice on the enrollments. And we got Dewey, crushed it again. Team Netherlands, dominating there. 12 enrollments for the month. She's a enrolling beast.
Dewey actually got top enroller last month.
She got top enroller last month, so it's like 21. So she's hit it again, 12. And then Jill from the Netherlands, he's rocked it. He actually said on a call the other day, Lloyd, we are going to enroll people endlessly. And so he's hit 16 enrollments for the month of April.
How
Huge.
incredible is that? Those numbers blow us away. Oh my God. So congratulations to our top enrollers for April. That's amazing. Pop in the chat box, throw them some love because that's truly incredible.
So
Holy moly. These are new stats for you guys.
We put some stats together. This is ridiculous. 49 new consultants.
Just in April from Team Eagle alone.
5 brand new managers, 1 crystal director, which is Dewey, 2 crystal executives being Franny, and 1 coming up. And how about this? Total enrollment for the month of April, 446, averaging 100 to 110 enrollments a week. The Team Eagle.
And that couldn't be possible without all of you guys on the call tonight. So we just really wanted to give you all a shout out because we were blown away doing the numbers today.
We have some news direct from headquarters in Sydney. They said Team Eagle, your results are not from COVID-19. There's something else in the water going on there. So big kudos to you guys for this amazing result, incredible results for all of you. And of
We
course,
actually got a message today saying, what's
What are
Team
you
Eagle doing?
what are you doing now over there in the world? Anyways, what they don't realize is we're just doing the do. What are we doing? We're enrolling people and teaching people to enroll people
So
with the system.
amazing work.
Great work,
So
everyone.
good.
And of course, we have some brand new Eagle Club members.
So for those of you who don't know, our Eagle Club members are basically members who have enrolled 10 brand new customers since the 6th of May 2019.
Or since
We
they
are
joined.
coming up, or since they joined after that.
Yep.
We are coming up to our 1-year anniversary of running this recognition program. The 6th of May will be a year. But in April, we created 6 brand new Eagles. Team Eagle created 6 brand new Eagles, and we had Cal Ross from Australia.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
yeah, buddy. We got Esther from Netherlands. Yeah.
And we have Lindsay from the USA.
Good.
They have all been inducted into the Eagle Club. But wait, there's more.
We have some new Eagles.
We
Boom.
have Marlene and Powell over in
From
Australia.
Sydney.
Congratulations.
Ryan McCarthy from NZ comes in, dominates. Gone Eagle. And of course, Q, who's on the call, I saw him there. He's also just gone Eagle. In fact,
In 13 days?
he's actually one of the fastest Eagles ever. He and Ryan, actually. I think he and Ryan are the fastest Eagles ever. 13 days. There you go. So
Wow.
I think that's a record. So if you're on the call, man, both of you guys, legends.
Congratulations.
Beast mode there in the Eagle.
Brilliant. So for those of you who don't know, once you hit Eagle Club, you get access to exclusive merchandise. And we have some amazing Eagles modeling the merchandise in this photo, as you can see. So if you've hit Eagle Club, all you've got to do is send Lloyd your email address and he will send you the link to order your exclusive merchandise.
Now, one thing with that is it won't be able to be shipped until COVID finishes. So send it anyway. We'll send it and you can order your stuff as soon as they
Especially if you're over in the Netherlands, they will not allow us to ship anything to you guys yet.
And we've run out of Eagle awards because we went through too many. So we're waiting for them to be delivered to us. And of course, that has been delayed from the COVID. So as soon as they come, you will receive your award in the post. So stand by for that. We have got a backlog with Eagle awards to send, and that is coming after the virus.
Look at those amazing models.
I know. Here we go.
Alrighty, I hope she's still on the call.
Boom.
She jumped on. Susan Thyssen has officially joined the 5-Figure Club.
5-Figure Club.
So the 5-Figure Club, Team Eagle recognizes everyone in the team who has earned over $10,000 US through Isogenics. So congratulations, Susan. You are officially in the 5-Figure Club.
Woohoo! And your award is on its way in a number of months. Yeah, it's on its way.
So Susan joins 46 others in Team Eagle, taking our team total right now to 47.
47 and another 10,000. All right, 6-Figure Club members. We always like to honor them. Our 6-Figure Club members who have accumulated over $100,000 with us.
And we have a couple who is very, very close. So hopefully this time next month, we'll be recognizing them
brand
as
new
well.
6-Figure Club member.
But yeah, we always like to recognize our 6-Figure Club members, which means they've earned over $100,000 US with Isogenics.
So congratulations to Mel, Seth, Reese and Vanina on the call, Helen and Andrew. And
Whoop, whoop.
well done. Yep. More of those. How do you know how you've hit the 5-Figure Club or 6-Figure Club? Guess what? You just add it up. You go into your back office and you click on
Compensation history under the team tab in your back office. You add it all up and you send it to us, and then we can recognize you on the team huddle.
Current incentives. Okay, we've got current incentives. We've got Crystal Managers now finished. Unless you're actually brand new, then you can still hit it. You've got 60 days to hit it from Associate. Crystal Director is almost done. May 17 is the cutoff day. So if you want to go Director and get the Crystal bonus of $750, you've got to be there by May 17th. Or if you've enrolled recently, you've got 120 days to hit it from when you first become an associate. Okay?
And that date will be in your back office as well.
That will be in your back office. Crystal Executive, you got until July 12th. If you want to go Executive and get the $1,000 US bonus, you got until July 12th. Or if you just recently enrolled, you have 180 days from going an associate to hit the Crystal Executive bonus of $1,000 US. So
pop in the chat box if you're going to go Crystal Director or Crystal Executive during the reset.
Yeah, Let's go.
Let's get it.
Executive lifestyle bonus for those who have just gone executive. Guess what? You get another $10,000 a year if you maintain your executive status for the entire year, which means you're going to get paid $750 a month and $1,000 every third month.
Which basically means you've given yourself a $10,000 pay rise just for getting to executive and staying there.
Executive lifestyle bonus. Giddy up. All right. So to get to executive,
it's exactly what Jen said, right? Find 10 customers and help them share with 2.
That's it. Help 10 to find 2.
5 consultants on your left sales team and 5 consultants on your right sales team.
Help 10 to find 2. Help 10 to find 2. And when you do, when you help 10 to find 2, you go Crystal Executive. And we want to announce the latest and greatest Crystal Executive.
When we're popping the bubbles.
It's celebrate Daniel and Monique, who just went Crystal Executive. Whoa!
Whoa.
Our newest Crystal Executives. So we all pop the champagne. We have more
if
champagne.
you've got drinks left, cheers to Dan and Monique for going Crystal Executive. This is so exciting. Cheers to you guys.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeehaw! They even dressed up for tonight. But yeah, we just wanted to recognize you guys for hitting Crystal Executive. It's so exciting to see. We had Franny hit Crystal Executive on last month's Team Huddle. We have you guys on this Team Huddle, and we're just so proud of you. And I know that you're not stopping there. You're reaching down and you're looking down in your team and you're like, who else can we get to Crystal Executive?
Yes.
And I know over the next coming months, we'll be recognizing a couple on here, and we're really excited for that. So congratulations, both of you, and cheers.
Cheers. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right. So we have these other incentives for those of you who want to come to Australia, for those of you who are already in Australia, whatever it is. Andrew and Angie are running an incentive, a free trip to their Montville Masterclass in Montville, which is Noosa, basically, which is
on the Sunshine Coast.
Sunshine Coast, Australia. And here are the people, top 10 so far. So the people who have qualified, Franny Perez has qualified.
Daniel and Monique have officially
Have
qualified.
now qualified as executives. And these others in the top 10, Cal Ross, Daniel Monique now qualified. Dewey, Francine from Netherlands, Jared and Vanessa, Josh Rindo, Melissa Fernandez, Susan Thisson, Tanya Rossa, and Vanita and Reese.
So they are in the top 10. You guys can get, if your name isn't in the top 10 just yet, you can get there. If you look at the poster to the left, that's how you can qualify. Basically, if you get to executive, you qualify automatically, just like Franny, Dan, and Monique did. So if Montville all expenses paid trip to Australia is on your vision board, then those are the steps that you've got to take.
Yep. All right, here we go. We got one.
Wow.
Our first winner of the Bali trip to Bali.
All expenses paid.
All expenses paid trip is Melissa Fernandez. She's won a trip to a retreat in Bali by going executive and staying there for 3 consecutive weeks in the month. And congratulations to Mel, you're our first Bali retreat winner of the year.
She's on the call too, rocking a pink hat.
So she's going to have a free trip to Montville. She's going to go to Bali. She's probably going to, I don't know, she's going to go everywhere, right? It's awesome. So,
brilliant. Congratulations, Mel. You're going to Bali.
So we have more. We want to have 20 people to Bali. There's plenty of room in the villa. So giddy up to executives, stay there, and we'll see you on the beaches of the world. Remember, teach the teach to lay on the beach. All right. Awesome.
Awesome. So we have our ISA Derby happening here in Australia and New Zealand, and we have until the end of May until that program is complete. Basically, it's an all expenses paid trip to Hayman Island. Thank you very much, Isogenics. And we just wanted to recognize 3 Team Eagle teams that are currently in the top 20. They are taking the top 8 teams. We still have 3-4 weeks to go. So if your team isn't up there yet, definitely try your best to get up there. But I just wanted to recognize and congratulate the 3 teams that are up in the top 20 right now.
Well done, guys. You know who you are. Giddy up. Let's go. 2 or 3 weeks left. We can do it. Team Eagle, let's go. And also, well done to us Derby Europe team members, Dewey, Susan, Jill, Paul, and Tanya, who are all on the leaderboard here. And the top 25, I think it is top 25.
I think so.
I think it might even
Or
be
top 30?
I think it's top 30
Top
actually.
30.
So top 30 goes. So if we can have 5 of our Eagles represent at Mexico, they're going to be teaching the teach to lay on the beach in Mexico.
So they are contenders to win an all expenses paid trip to Mexico. This competition ends on the 10th of May, I believe.
Oh,
so
it's
not
coming up.
far.
They're about to get a free trip. Come on, Tens, let's go. All right.
So let's do it.
Well done to those Eagles. Look at that, Eagle domination. Now, it's 90-day game plans running in multiple teams. If you don't know which 90-day game plan to plug into.
So basically, if you're on the call right now and you're like, I want to win the trips, I want to be recognized, I want to learn more, I want exactly what Jen was chatting about. The next steps for you are to plug into a 90-day action plan or a 6-week program.
Yes.
Okay, so whoever invited you to the call or whoever your sponsor is, after this call, because you're juiced up, you say, what are my next steps? What is the next 90-day action plan? When's it happening? When's the next 6-week program? Because I want to go next level. So that's the next steps for you. We just wanted to let you know that exists, and it's just a smaller training program. All right?
There we go. That's how you learn. That's how you learn to teach the teacher to lay on the beach. Okay, we have book club. For our Team Eagle culture, people often say, you guys, you've collectively developed a really cool culture. Well, here's the thing. It's developed from the principles in this book by James Kirk called Legacy, based on a similar winning culture that the All Blacks put in place to be the best rugby
So we
team in the world.
basically have a book club, and every single team huddle, monthly team huddle, we just recommend a book because it can get so overwhelming. Oh my God, which book should I read? When should I read it? So every month we go, hey, this is our recommendation. Go away. That one sip of
sip and we're wasted.
champagne.
Okay.
I have a cheap date. Take me home.
So, James Kerr Legacy, great book. It's all about our culture and winning and setting standards for yourself to be better at life.
It's a
Okay,
great
read that
book.
book. Rich Dad Poor Dad, how to start understanding money better.
Just
Grab
like
that book.
what Jen was chatting about, that your financial health,
Yes.
right? Building that financial blueprint. That's a really good book.
Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins if you want to dig for that extra 40%. Okay, this book changed my life, changed a lot of people's lives. And yeah, it's crazy what this book can do.
It's a great book for mindset.
Mindset, what it actually takes, the mindset, developing a tough mind. I Double Dare You, Fraser Brooks' latest book on network marketing. He's actually got another book called I Dare You. It's an orange one. Grab that book and this one about
helps you build the skills, social media skills for network marketing. So it helps you get better at social media.
And then this is our book recommendation for the month because we are in, as Jen said, the people business. We are in the people business. So guess what? This book, I've read it when I was young, about 18. And I still remember principles from this book. Like it's easier to catch flies with honey than vinegar. Oh, anyway, how to win friends and influence people. So if you want to win people over and influence them, then grab this book and make it your best friend. Dale Carnegie, classic.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
And that's it.
Q&A.
So we're going to stop. We're going to stop the screen share. And let's get a photo.
Okay, let's get a quick photo.
If you had your hats on and you don't have your hats on anymore, pop them on. Yay! And if you have your camera off and you can put it on, we'd love. Oh my God, there's so many of you on.
Oh God.
What?
I don't know how to screenshot so many people. Okay.
We'll get help. We'll get help.
Help! Okay.
Let's start from the first screen, and then we'll move across.
Look at these amazing hats, helmets. We're going to war here.
Yay!
Okay, ready?
All right, we're going across 3 screens, so hold your pose.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, wait. And 1, 2, 3, go. And wait. And 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Everyone's got the peace sign up there for a long time. Awesome.
Oh, so look at Clint.
What does he have on? What does he have on? Where is he? Oh, he's dreadlocks? Oh my God.
Oh, this is too good. Congratulations, everyone.
Thanks so much
for
staying.
Audrey, you look amazing.
Thanks for staying on for extra 20 minutes. We had to get it done. Look at Kelly's got his
so good, guys.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. Really love you guys. And thanks so much for playing 100%. What an amazing month. You guys are the best. We are becoming together the best team in all of us. Jenny's our goal and our mission is on track. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, you can stay on. We'll stay on for an extra 5 minutes if you've got any questions. For everyone else, if you don't have any questions, feel free to jump off. We'll be on for the next 5 minutes if you want to ask anything. There's a few
Question,
people
mate.
asking.
Question?
No?
Nope.
No, I said pressure, mate.
Pressure, mate.
Yeah,
Pressure.
pressure.
I've got a question.
Appreciate it.
Night night for those of you.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
So I think Mitch asked it before, but I thought I'd just bring it back up. He mentioned, which do you value more?
Yep.
Can you hear me okay?
Give me 1 sec, mate. Just got to mute this line.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, cool. Mitch asked it before for Jen, but she had to jump off. He said, which do you value more, prospecting, I'd imagine, customers he meant, or building people, and why?
Okay, can I answer that then?
Yeah.
So,
Who else?
well, actually,
who else is gonna
let's
answer
give
it?
someone else a chance to answer it first. Yeah.
You can answer it.
Does anyone else want to answer that for Jake quickly? Right.
Did she mention it last week on the call? I think
No.
someone asked a question like that last week on the call, and I think she said that she would do her customers first to build her business, then get to a level where she put more into her already building her, like the builder people, rather than keep going on with, like, she still enrolls customers, but she focuses more on her team now that she's got the team to a certain level. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, so to put Lana's answer in perspective, and thanks for jumping in, Lana, that's correct. So to clarify that a little bit more, prospecting is the process by which you find customers or distributors. Prospecting is the process by which you find and recruit or enroll customers or distributors. Developing people is what happens when they become a customer or distributor and they start to influence and enroll others. And developing people is what happens when you say, okay, well, do you want to do this as an enterprise or a business? And they say yes. And you have to take them and develop them into someone who's a business owner or business builder. And the reason why Jen said, I don't know what business builders look like, is because you do not find business builders. They develop over time. Now, people get confused. They say, I found a business builder. I say, no, 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 no. You're enrolling someone for the income opportunity.
Yeah.
Because you can enroll people for two things, a product transformation or an income opportunity. That's why we have two groups. We have a group called Rediscover You for prospect for the product transformation, and we have a group for people who are looking for the income opportunity. Just because you bring them in for the income opportunity does not mean they're a business builder. In fact, it's the same. The same percentage applies, whether they come for the products or the business. A business builder is someone that commits to doing this for the rest of their life and become a master at it. That to me is a business builder. That to me is someone who is breathing, living and breathing this. That's a business builder. They're 1%ers, okay? They might be executives, but for us, it's like 3-star golden circle executive is probably the beginning of a business builder, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So,
answer your question, Mitch.
Does that answer your question, Mitch? Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pressure, mate.
Good to see you on, Mitch. Thank you for asking a question.
Go, Mitch. Anyone got a pressing question they need answered, or they're gonna not build?
No.
Oh, that's it.
No one wants to
No one else?
leave.
We're gonna watch.
Is there no one else?
No.
Is there no one else?
We're just gonna watch Alicia in her cute chicken hat. That's all.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to bed. Night, Williams. All right, thanks for jumping on, brother. Thanks for the call.
Thanks for jumping on.
All right, that's it.
Sweet,
All right.
thanks for the call, guys. Thanks for
Thank
setting
you
it
for
up.
jumping on. Thank you for staying on a little bit longer.
Thanks for staying on longer. Next month,
Nice.
gonna get a new
Thanks.
special guest you haven't seen before. That's our mission. 100 people.
Thank
Giddy up.
you.
Go.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks.
guys.
Thank you.
Leslie, thanks, Vanessa. Thanks, Fiona.
Thank you.
Hey, Ash.
See
Josh,
ya.
Brendo, Brussett,
Bye,
Bucky,
Katie.
Steve.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
Trains.
Bye,
Good hair.
Martin.
See you.
Sam and Alana. Bye, Martin.
Thanks,
Bye,
Danielle.
Nicole.
Thanks,
Bye,
Emily.
Leslie.
Thanks, Jocelyn.
Bye, Josh.
Nicole and Yasha. Thanks, Martin. What's up? Thanks, man. You.
Bye, Gary.
Let's
Bye,
go.
Josh.
Gary, Josh.
Bye, Lloyd.
Oh,
Thanks.
Solomon.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks, Solomon. See you, man.
Yep, cheers.
Cheers. Gary, have a shave. Good.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys. You guys are champions.
Thank you.
Thanks so
You
much.
have I just want you to know I had a bit of a rough day today, and you've absolutely turned my whole day around, my mindset, my motivation. I feel like such a bogan right now.
Good. Bring it.
But yeah, just absolutely turned everything around. I'm going to jump on this call, and it's just been amazing. It's been fun. It's been funny. It's been educational, and yeah, I'm learning, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything. I'm loving the community, and thank you.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
thank you for jumping on.
Thanks for showing up. You just keep showing up, okay? It'll work itself out. You just show up. That's the hardest
Yeah.
thing, 100% of life, showing up. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Night. You guys have a good week.
See ya.
See you later.
Oh, record, stop.